morning, everyone, and welcome to The Balancing Act. I'm Olga Villaverde.
And I'm Montel Williams. Welcome to this special edition of Behind the Mystery as we celebrate Rare Disease Day. Our series Behind the Mystery is dedicated to raising awareness for every person affected by rare and genetic disease and to help patients get diagnosed and understand their disease with the ultimate hope of curing over 7,000 rare disorders.
We're dedicating today's show to the courageous moms who are confronting their child's rare disease diagnosis, becoming passionate advocates, care providers, emotional support, and are unyielding in their commitment to provide the best for their child.
And we also have an exclusive interview with one of our partners, NORD, the National Organization of Rare Disorders. It's a really packed show. You don't want to miss it, and it all starts right now. We're pleased to have in studio with us Lesli Nordstrom, who's the Director of Marketing and Communications at NORD.
We are so thrilled to have you. We have like a major announcement because we have a wonderful partnership with NORD. Welcome to the family.
Thank you. And I came with presents to welcome you guys to the family.
Oh my goodness, Christmas again, Christmas again, yay.
And you know, it's not just a relationship, it goes beyond that. We're gonna create awareness, Montel, on rare diseases. We're gonna promote and talk about stories. Just fill us in, it's gonna be great.
Well, at NORD we say, alone we are rare, together we are strong. And we know together with the Balancing Act Behind the Mystery, we're gonna be even stronger at getting the word out about rare diseases, which is gonna help people find answers and resources and really help build our community.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, NORD is the official U.S. sponsor for Rare Disease Day. And tell us a little bit about the Show Your Stripes initiative.
Absolutely. So Rare Disease Day takes place the last day of February, and Show Your Stripes is really a way to embrace our mascot, the zebra. So you guys have little zebras.
I just found it. And wait, there's zebra socks?
Yes, and so the zebra comes from, in U.S. medical schools, they say when you hear hoofbeats, think horses, not zebras. But in other words, like think about common diseases. But we're saying we are the zebras, we're rare diseases, and we also need to be seen. So this is really critical. So to show your stripes, you can wear a zebra print on Rare Disease Day, you can wear stripes, you can be involved in our social media campaign, hashtag Show Your Stripes, hashtag Rare Disease Day. You can be as creative as you want, even lighting up your house in Rare Disease Day colors. Whatever is meaningful and impactful for you, we want to make it as accessible for everyone to participate, whether they have a rare disease, know someone that has one, or just sees that this is something we all need to get behind and support.
And you know, for 100% disclosure, you know, I suffer from MS, and you know, about 5 years ago, 10 years ago, it was considered an orphan disease 10 years ago. Now we know through research that the numbers have swelled, but it's because of organizations like yours that literally supported this community.
And brought it to light.
Yeah, connecting people, making sure we really understand what the true number of the people that have diseases. MS was so important for the beginning of the Orphan Drug Act. It helped us define what having a rare disease meant and what those numbers look like. So MS has a really important role in sort of how we began to create our community in the early 80s.
And speaking of role, I was reading here that NORD is working to achieve health equity in healthcare. Can you explain what that is and why it's so important?
Absolutely. We've been fighting for health equity for over 40 years for those living with rare diseases. If it's fighting for legislation like the Orphan Drug Act to get more treatments and innovation on the market to help save and really sustain lives, all the way to now when we're advocating for more newborn screening so we can find diseases earlier, which can help us with earlier interventions, to having more of a voice at state and federal policymaking levels through rare disease advisory councils. You know, anything we can do to make life a little better for those living with rare diseases, we definitely want to do that. Supporting rare diseases actually means you're supporting everyone because it all has a great impact.
And another way NORD is helping, and this is so important, Montel, is through patient assistance programs. Tell me about those.
Yes, you may not realize NORD gave away $30 million last year to those in need and financial need to help cover medications and other life-changing and life-sustaining durable equipment and other assistance. And in fact, we have a rare caregiver respite program that is a first-of-its-kind program to help like the rare mamas that you interviewed today, Nikki, Caroline, and Tracy, to help them take care of themselves and find relief. And so we are also proud not just to support the people living with the rare disease, but their community that lifts them up as well.
Extraordinary.
Where can people go if they want to get more information?
They can go to our NORD's website, and that is rarediseases.org.
Coming up, we'll meet a woman who turned her son's diagnosis into a personal mission to help rare moms everywhere. Stay with us. Welcome back. Coming to us from San Clemente, California is a writer, speaker, advocate, and rare disease mama. We have so much to get to, and I want to start with, your son, Miles. Prior to having Miles, you were, wow, you go girl, a marketing and advertising executive. But all that changed after Miles was diagnosed with spinal muscular atrophy, or SMA, at only 18 months old, Montel. Tell me how that just changed your goals, career, everything, really.
It really did change everything. When we received the diagnosis, I felt like I was on this mission to save my son's health, and time felt critical. And it became clear pretty quickly I wasn't going to be able to uphold my career and pursue every opportunity for him. So I left my career behind to take care of him and really chase down everything we could do for his health.
Well, how did you cope with these changes, truthfully?
It was really difficult. It was a time of sadness, confusion. It felt like a lot of losses. I was grieving my son's disease, everything that he was going to have to endure, and the loss of his childhood. And not only was I grieving for him, I was quickly realizing it was going to change all of our lives. I had an older son. He was 3.5 at the time, and it was going to change his childhood too. I was realizing that I was going to have to learn to live with a lot of uncertainties.
I want to talk about what you've learned. Let's start with some preconceived notions that people may have about being a mom to a rare disease child. What would you say they would be?
People might think that it's all doom and gloom, and it's really hard, and we face a lot of challenges daily, but my son is such a gift to me. We've bonded in a way I never imagined, really. I think when we go and we do hard things together, and there's something to be said about that. Even though it might look like a gloomy picture, it's also a picture of deep, deep love. And to me, that's what life's all about.
There are millions of parents out there waiting for a cure for their child's rare disease, and even maybe just an effective treatment. But what do you do in the meantime? I mean, what can be done while they're waiting for a cure or a good treatment?
We need to do the work, and we need to find the joy anyways. And when I say do the work, I mean get busy, learning all you can, go to all the specialists, do all the therapies. And, doing the work's not only going to help your child, but it's going to help you as a parent. It's going to help you feel less powerless over that disease. It's going to help you have a place to put all that sadness and that confusion and that angst. And I would say plug in to the rare community. Let people who have been there guide you, and make your life what you want to be despite it all.
Tell us about starting Rare Mamas. Love the name. Yeah. What was your inspiration? How has it fulfilled you?
Rare Mamas is my passion. No one around me was going through a rare disease diagnosis with their child, so no one could tell me from a place of real knowing what to do and how to cope and how to move forward. So eventually I, found my way, but it came with a huge learning curve, a lot of trials and errors, a lot of stumbles. And as I made my way through it, I just kept thinking about these other mothers. It just was pulling on my heart, and I wanted to do something to help. I really felt compelled to share these learnings. And I created Rare Mamas so that I could help move these moms from distress, which is the place we all start, to prowess, feeling courageous and feeling capable. When I think of another mother alone swimming in that sea in the dark, I just, it wells something up inside me, even still, I can't even talking about it. And I just want to help them on their fight. I feel like maybe this is my purpose, and it's fulfilled me in a way no career ever did.
I mean, it's got to be the camaraderie and their feedback that inspires you to keep fighting, not just for Miles, but for all rare moms, right?
Definitely. I hear these stories. I see what these moms are doing for their kid, and I'm so inspired by them. The truth is there's millions of mothers like us out there doing this, and we were no better prepared. We were no better equipped, and we're making our way. And we're here, and I hope it gives you comfort to know that we're here for you, we're rooting for you, and we're here to tell you you can do this.
It's fantastic. Nikki, thank you so much for your time. So appreciate it.
Yeah, you know, you can check out Nikki by visiting her website, raremamas.com.
I just love that, raremamas.com. You're a great mama, okay, Nikki?
Thank you, Olga. Thank you, Montel.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here.
You take care.
Absolutely. When we come back, we'll meet a mom who spent over 10 years on a diagnostic odyssey to find the name of the disease plaguing her son. We'll be back right after this. Well, welcome back to the Balancing Act's Rare Disease Special.
For the last 7 years, our next guest and her family have been the subject of the documentary Undiagnosed, and the producer has described her as, quote, and this is so amazing, the person I think of when I need to channel inner strength and stamina. She is truly a real-life superhero.
Joining us virtually from San Diego, California is Caroline Chung Yu. It's so great to have you with us here today, Caroline. Thank you.
Glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
You chronicled and captured videos of Alex and put together a very powerful montage of him as a normal, healthy toddler who slowly lost his ability to walk, to speak, and eventually eat and breathe on his own. Let's take a look at this.
Why did you put that video together? And it must have taken so much strength to do so.
When my husband and I made the first video, Alex had already lost a lot of his abilities. He was already not walking, his speech was slurred, and we created the video to show anyone that doesn't know Alex, that's meeting him for the first time, that he is actually a curious, energetic little boy. Because of his changing condition at the time, every year we would update the video and just have it current so that we can share with people, you know, who Alex is and what he's gone through and still going through.
Well, that video made its way to the creator of the Behind the Mystery, Carrie Levy. Who else did you send the video to, and how tough was it for you?
It was very hard. Making the video makes you think about all the moments before where he was able to do certain things and walk and laugh and talk and say the funniest things. We're able to send it out to doctors and researchers and other families. And also, I heard a podcast where these filmmakers for a documentary that was being made to talk about undiagnosed patients and their plight. And so I had sent the video to the filmmakers at the Undiagnosed film documentary.
And how did you cope with Alex slowly losing function, but not knowing what's happening, the cause?
It's like climbing a mountain with Alex on my back, and I'm trying to find the next secure foothold to go to. No map, no security harness, hoping that I won't fall, making my next step. And you can't see the top. You can't see the top of this mountain where you're going. You just hope that when you get there, that there'll be an answer, that there'll be a diagnosis.
In 2018, Alex was finally diagnosed and received a diagnosis of a new rare disease discovered that only 20 documented cases in the world at the time. What was that moment like for you and your family?
That moment was, it was a mixture of different feelings. Feeling relief that, my gosh, there is actually a cause behind all these symptoms, this progression that he's going through. There's a cause for it. And then excitement to connect with the researchers that actually published the study that got his diagnosis.
Darling, final thoughts. What brings you joy? I'm sure your son, and just seeing any smiles you could possibly get, I'm sure.
Alex is very interested in music and in space, and he has the music therapist that actually helped him write a song that he wanted to write, and have accomplished that. I just thought, wow, I didn't think that was possible, and we got help from someone, and he did it, and so that makes me really happy when he's able to experience and accomplish things like that.
Beautiful.
That song will live on forever.
Yes, absolutely. You are extraordinary. I know you started the website. It's known as CURE, which stands for Complex, Undiagnosed, Rare, and Extraordinary. And that's truly what you are. Thank you so much for your time, for what you're doing.
Absolutely. If you're looking to learn and share and support others with rare, complex, or undiagnosed rare disorders, visit CureUNDX.com.
And up next, we're also going to be visiting with a familiar face, so stay with us. In the last 10 years, we've highlighted over 100 rare diseases, told powerful stories, and introduced the many faces of rare, including our next guest. Her journey began when her daughter Savannah was diagnosed with Lennox-Gastaut syndrome. And we want to welcome back to the show Tracy. Hi, Tracy.
It's great to have you here. Hi.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. It's great to be here.
So Savannah is now almost 30 years old, but we need to go way back, a little bit back in time, right? Tell us about your life before Savannah was born.
I didn't, like a lot of people, have very many plans for my life before Savannah was born. I joined the Navy at 17 and met my now husband of 30 years and fell in love very, very young and had kids very young. And I hadn't really done that well in high school, and I really didn't know what I was doing. I was just making it up as I went.
And how did having Savannah change your family dynamic?
Well, kids change our lives, of course, but when you have a sick kid, it changes everything. Savannah was healthy till she was 2 years old, and then she started having seizures. And very quickly, those seizures started happening every day, hundreds of times a day, and we never knew when they were going to strike. And so it really changed every aspect of our lives. Even going shopping or going to the dentist or the doctor was really difficult because she could drop at any moment. We grew stronger and closer together, and we've managed to make our home into a really safe and wonderful place to be. And I was able to, move forward and help, in the fight. So I think it gave me a purpose that I never had prior to Savannah being born.
And with that plan that you have, how did that change along the way, Tracy?
Yeah, initially going to college and, getting my bachelor's and my master's and my PhD was really focused on, I'm going to have to quit. My family's going to need me. But there was a certain point right after my bachelor's degree where I was like, I want to help. And I don't just want to learn about my daughter's disease. I want to help be a part of the group of people trying to find the answers. What causes it? Where does it come from? How do you treat it? And so that really changed for me at a certain point. And I started to get involved and start thinking about being a researcher in the space that my daughter, in the disease that she has.
Well, you said that once you found a medication that decreased Savannah's seizures, that you met your daughter for the first time. So what moments have you experienced with Savannah that you never thought you would be able to experience?
I was going to an event, we picked out a dress and a necklace together, and that one made me cry a little bit because that's what other moms do with their daughters, right? That don't have a severe rare disease. So she's really come out of her shell, and we've got to know this sort of spunky, sassy, silly little girl.
Oh, what a great story. I'm so glad you're having those moments. What have you learned about yourself throughout this journey, Tracy?
I've learned that I'm stronger than I thought I was. But I've also learned that, every one of us has something to offer to make a difference in the rare disease space, no matter what our talent is, right? Or what our interest is in. It's going to take all of us to cure these 7,000 rare diseases, including patients and families and caregivers. If anything, our voice is more important because we're the ones that are the experts on the disease and on living with the disease and what the journey's like.
Tracy, you really are extraordinary. Thank you so much for your time. And I do want our viewers to see your entire shirt. So back up a little bit because I think I know what it says. I love someone with a rare disease. Ah, beautiful. Thank you, Tracy. Good luck to you and your family, and of course to Savannah.
Thank you.
If you want to watch the full Behind the Mystery segment featuring Tracy, visit lgsfoundation.org or visit the Behind the Mystery page on thebalancingact.com. And thank you for tuning in to this special edition of the Balancing Act Rare Disease Day Special.
Don't forget to use #ShowYourStripes to support Rare Disease Day. Tag us on Behind the Mystery's Instagram and Twitter account. And as always, you can head to our website, thebalancingact.com.